Hi, okay, so it's been 3 weeks, it's 21 days today since my rhinoplasty and chin implant and neck liposuction with Dr. Rival near Newmarket. And so I just wanted to kind of show you how the healing process has gone. So to sort of summarize, the nose does a lot of wonky things with the whole swelling healing business. But from a pain standpoint, it's actually, I'd have to say, like really minor. Sometimes I'd probably say pretty much every day I do feel some pressure, some tension in the bridge area. Sometimes it almost feels like I have taping on my nose. And I can't really feel the tip. The tip feels pretty numb. Like it's a really weird sensation because it's that whole pressure but not pain thing. So you can feel pressure, but you really can't feel touch. And I was actually out in the cold today, and it was kind of nice. I couldn't feel the cold on the tip of my nose. Um, so other than that, there's really no pain. Although if it got hit, it would definitely hurt. And trying to put makeup on foundation, I'm still very, very gentle. It's definitely sensitive to put any sort of pressure along the bridge or the sides of the nose. The chin and neck is kind of a different story. It's painful. I have to admit there's pain. I'm starting to get sensation and I guess feeling back into my chin, and it's every touch feels abrasive or chafing. So even running my fingers along my face feels honestly like more like I'm running sandpaper along my skin. So it is very, very sensitive with the feeling coming back into it. It is kind of painful at times. Like if I everything feels super, super tight in my neck. And so if I stretch at all, like to me, this is stretching. And that probably doesn't look like much of a movement. So I think when I'm turning my neck, I probably look a little silly right now. Not sure, but it just feels really tight. And so I think you naturally want to restrict your movement to avoid that type of feeling. So, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. I'm going to give you a really close up of my neck. So I don't know, actually, sorry, there's a lot of sunlight. So you might be able to see there's a lot of what looks like indentations or lines. And oh yes, I can tell that you could see that. That is where there is sort of bumps left, like these big welts. And I think it's just swelling, to be honest. But it's really kind of gross looking. So that's probably one of the worst aspects of it right now is I've got these lumps, and I just finished wearing this compression garment for the last 2 weeks, which was hideous. And it kind of, I think, contributed to some of the lines because there were seams in the garment, and wherever a seam pressed in the swelling, I think it almost divided the swelling between above and below a line. Or a seam line. So I think it's honestly just swelling or, potential scar tissue, but I think for the most part it's just swelling. It's something I'll be asking Dr. Rival about when I see him in 2 weeks. I've read a number of blogs, and to be honest, it sounds very normal to experience these types of bumps post liposuction. And so apparently solutions for it are time, massage, and potentially ultrasound if they're really stubborn. So I'll be doing that, and hopefully it will really smooth out. As far as the chin implant goes, I really don't feel it. I can't. I honestly, like, I've felt along my jawline because it has the wings, and I have not been able to pick it out, so to speak, from my regular bone. I can't feel it in there, but once in a while I get a twinge of pain along the jawline, and I can't really say that has anything to do with the chin implant. It probably has more to do with nerve sensation coming back, and when nerves regenerate or are repairing themselves, you get a lot of tingly, like pins and needles sensation, and you can sometimes get like jolts of pain. So Anyway, so that's kind of a summary for right now. So I'm going to show you my profiles. I'll do this side first. So the bridge is quite nice and straight. Pretty happy with that. And you can see on my chin, I do have an actual neck contour now. Whereas before I very much had a turkey gobble neck. And then here is the other side. So one of the two sides on my neck is healing better. Like one is puffier than the other, and I can't remember offhand which one. You can see my nose is pretty straight here. And then in terms of a close-up of my neck, or my nose, sorry. Okay, so this side has more of an indentation than this side. And if you look, my tip is kind of pointing off to this direction. So you can kind of see there's a little bit of asymmetry right now. I'm really confident that's all just swelling. I'm only 21 days out. This side just seems to be more swollen, and this side is more defined already. So I'm pretty confident that everything underneath the swelling is straight, and that over time with the healing, it's going to look great. So some of you might be wondering why I chose Dr. Rival near Toronto, and to be honest, probably the biggest seller for me was personal reviews on him. And I do believe most of them are honest and real people. I think I know some people sort of suggest or claim that the doctor would have written them himself, but the moment you meet Dr. Rival, you realize that probably is not true. He is a very humble, very down-to-earth doctor with a great bedside manner, and does not harbor a God complex whatsoever. My little guy's in the background. He's very honest in his approach as to what he can do and what he can't do. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest going in there with some other celebrity's nose and telling him you want him to make you look like that, because he'll tell you whether your facial structure can support that or not. And yeah, honestly, it was a lot. I mean, he's definitely qualified as a maxillofacial specialist and ENT and the whole subspecialty in neck and facial surgery and cosmetic surgery just in that area. I honestly did not want to go to somebody who does body and face, because to me it's too broad, but it doesn't go deep enough in specialization. I wanted someone who really understands the nose inside out. I wasn't so worried about the chin and neck because that seems a little bit easier to make a minor mistake and get away with, but with your nose, like, you can't afford a minor mistake. So, you know, you're better to go to someone that really knows what they're doing. And also price is a point. So, you know, Dr. Rival's rates are definitely reasonable for this type of surgery, and I'm not going to share that on here, but certainly, you know, you can do your homework and get a sense of what an average rhinoplasty costs in the Toronto area, and he's within that range. So, and honestly, I'm not disappointed. I felt really confident going in. I prepared well for the surgery, and you can find lots of stuff on the forums like makemeheal.com or Real Self, or just like other websites that suggest things that you can do to prepare for a surgery like that. So I was not really that nervous going in. I felt a lot of confidence with him, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And the healing has been going pretty good. So that's where I things stand right now. That's my update. And if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll probably do an update in another month.